Hi, boys and girls. So this is your second lesson for week 2, and you're going to be describing the sequence of events. And we've talked about sequence of events before. This is when things happen in a certain order. That's the sequence. By identifying cause and effect relationships to understand how story events are connected. So we know that in a sequence, there's going to be some sort of connection, and that connection we're looking at today is the cause and effect. Um, so the think about it for this lesson says in the Great Man of Nebraska, so that's the text from the first lesson. You read a tall tale about Feebled Feebleson. What caused Feebled Feebleson to move to America? What caused him to move west? So you're going to have to go back into that text, maybe review, look at those pictures, identify those key details to really understand why this was going on. And this is introducing that cause and effect, because I even see that word cause in there. Okay, so this is your learn about it part. So I'll put a cause and effect video into this lesson, into the lesson folder also, so you can get a little bit more exposure to that. We haven't really talked about cause and effect this year. We've seen a couple instances, but we haven't had a full lesson on it in school. So make sure to watch that other lesson as well, or that other video or videos in the folder so you can make sure to get a lot of understanding behind it. But cause and effect is really why did something happen? So let's say that my cup over here fell on the floor. It actually fell on my computer once. That was a scary day. But I have to think, what was the cause? So when my water fell on my computer, the cause was that I was moving too fast and my hand hit the cup. So my hand hitting the cup was the cause. The effect, water got on my computer. That's a really simple cause and effect. But we can even think about, why did my friend get mad at me? That's the effect. I have to then go backwards. What caused it? Well, I told her that her glasses were ugly. Well, that's going to be a pretty good cause. So if we reverse it, I told my friend her glasses were ugly. The effect was that she got mad at me. We can flip-flop these situations to kind of think about the end or think about the beginning. So in this instance, for your learn about it today, they go backwards. They have the effect first and then the cause. So the first two are done for you, and you guys are actually going to do majority of this on your own. I'm just going to talk through it. So I'm going to start with the effect because that's what goes first in our table. So it says Feebled Feebleson moved to America. So that would be like the friend got mad. Okay, so now I have to go in reverse. Why did she get mad at me? Or why did he move to America? Well, he did this because there wasn't enough space for him in Sweden. He's so big. He was described as big as an ox. An ox is big. So there was not enough space for him. So the effect, or the reason why he did it, was because there wasn't enough space. That's why he moved to America. He led prospectors over the Rocky Mountains. Okay, that's the effect. What caused this to happen? Why did he lead them there? Well, he needed money to buy supplies. He thought he could make money as a guide to the gold prospectors. Okay, so that's his reason. That was why he did it. So this is one that you're going to have to do on your own, but it says the water in the lake turned to steam and rose into the air, becoming storm clouds. Okay, that's the effect. That was what happened last. What happened just before this that made it happen? So this says, think about what Feeble did to make this happen. Literally what I just said. But anyways, go back into the text and you're going to have to find, where were these storm clouds? Where did this happen? Look directly before this and see, why did he make this? What was his reason? The fog settled over Feebled's land. Go backwards, go right before. This says, look at page 9 for help. So go back to page 9 and see what caused the fog to settle over Feebled's land. This is one that is the correct way, or the normal way that we see cause and effect. Feeble cut the fog into thin strips and planted it. Okay, now let's go in our like natural way of thinking about it. What happened right after he cut the fog up into strips and put it into the land? So what happened right after? Feebled plows a straight state border line. Well, what caused him to do this? What caused him to make that straight line? And Feebled earned the title the Great Man of Nebraska. What caused him to get this title? Okay, so this is going to be your learn about it for this portion of the lesson. This is your reading for this part of it, and you're going to fill this out. They give a couple for you to start off, but you have to fill in the opposite. So you're going to have the rain got close to the ground during the great heat. What was the effect? What happened when the rain got down to the ground during the great heat? So you're going to have to, so this says, in the summer of 1849 was so hot that even now in the Midwest, 150 years later, it is called the Great Heat. To add to the troubles, at the beginning of September, it began to rain. It rained for the next month straight. The problem was that when the rain got close to the ground, it turned to steam. So let's see. The rain got close to the ground during the Great Heat. The effect was it turned to steam. So that would be an example of the cause and effect from the text. The seed grew down into the ground. What caused this to happen? Feeble tried to make some rainfall. What caused him to do this? And Feeble made rain. What was the effect after this happened? Okay, so you're just going to be using this text for the try. This is like the while you're reading activity. And then for the show what you know right here, this is what you'll be turning into me for this lesson. What events led to Feebled's land turning into a desert? Again, we have another kind of straightforward answer. You are going to be using the Great Man of Nebraska, the first text, to answer this. So again, I want to see an introductory where you're restating the question. Let's go, so what events led to Feebled's land turning into a desert? Think about what caused this to happen, the cause and the effect of it, okay, to kind of help you build your reasons, because I'm remembering what happened in there, and you could really just say one event as to why that happened, why it turned into a desert, but dig deeper into the text. Look before, during, and after. That's kind of like the cause and effect to kind of tell you what was going on with this event that made it all turn into a desert. Okay, introductory, events, and then concluding sentence to kind of wrap it all together. Okay, and if you have questions about this, ask me during my office hours. All right, and don't forget to watch those cause and effect videos I'm going to put into this folder. All right, bye guys.